Okay, so in today's tutorial we'll see that the lifecycle methods of a spring. As we all know that in the spring, suppose when we are having a bean factory and all the beans and their dependencies are being initialized inside that bean factory and a bean is being ready to use by us. But as we saw in the bean lifecycle in the earlier tutorials that we have some post-processing after the bean factory also and after the beans are being initialized also, and we can do that post processing. So similarly, if we want that's like suppose a bean is being initialized and I want something init method and a destroy method to be called before the bean is being initialized and after the bean is being destroyed, then we can do it in the case of spring by implementing initializing bean and disposable bean interface. So I have just imported it, but I haven't implemented. So this is from org spring beans factory. So let me, if I just for understanding, I imported these packages. But now if say I have over here so they both have an unimplemented method. Initializing bean must be the one, like we have destroy and we have after properties set. So you can just do, let's have just sysout statements. The destroy will not be called as of now because we are not destroying any bean, because we're not shutting down our application context which destroys the bean. We'll just look into that also. Here 2 times we are getting initializing bean. But why so? Because if you see in the display data, when I'm getting a bean with the manager alias, so it goes to this, say, and in this it's a parent, so it's again going to this, and this is also of which class? Manager. So after this being, before the bean is being initialized, it's calling the initializing bean for this also, and then for this. So for 2 times we are having it, that is why it's showing 2 times. If we just don't do the parent one, like if suppose I just define this property here and I comment this out, then I'll just get the because bean is being initialized only once, so we're getting initializing bean only once. So this is how the beans initialization or the init method, or you can say the after properties set method in this case, which actually works as an init method, because we'll see how we can customize this also now. So is being called, but for destruction we are not having anything. For that we have one abstract application context, that's it. I'm going to import that. This will help you to shut down your IOC container, and when your IOC container is being shut down, it will destroy all the beans which were being defined, and thus will call the destroy method. So you can see that it will close your application context, all the beans will get destroyed, and a destroy bean is being called, or you can say that its name is destroy only, unlike the init one. So destroy is being called. So these are the 2 interfaces, initializing bean and the disposable bean, which will help you to call the method after the bean is being destroyed and before the bean is being initialized. We can also have a custom method. Say I don't want to implement these interfaces, so just let me comment this out for the time being, that I am not implementing these interfaces. So what I can do is, I am not now overriding these methods. Yes, definitely, because this is not overridden by anyone. Let me keep the name as destroy only, but for this I was telling you I can change the name. Say I'll just say my init. It's same, but now if we are having initializing bean and disposable bean interface, we are not defining anything in spring.xml. But if we are defining our own init and destroy method, I need to define in spring.xml that for this manager class, what method I need to call for before the initializing and after the initializing. We have an attribute called init method, and what's my method name over here? I guess it's my init, right? So my init is the one, and similarly we can have a destroy method attribute which will tell you the destroy. So now if I run it, yes, you want to make the changes, it's calling it initializing the bean and the destroying the bean. So this is just the one which I defined, but for this we need to define it in the spring.xml. If you want that init and destroy method to be defined at the beans level, like at this level, you can do that also. In the beans level also you can have it, that default init and the destroy method. So this is all about init and the destroy